A lot of people here actually expressed to me they are a one-person sales team. Sounds like similar situation to you. You locked yourself in a room, tried to figure it out. How do you go from 1 to 2? And then when you start to see some of the success, how do you think about scaling out that type of a team? Who do you hire? You talked about the first salesperson. How can they build? How can they lead? Some of those things. Like how did you go from just you to 2 to 4 to 8, et cetera?
Well, funny enough, 2 of my first hires, I think one may have left, but the other one's still in the room right over here. Hi, Claire. It was just sort of, the decision was made that, okay, we understand that this is a product that can be sold, and we obviously, it's time to grow. I can only make a certain number of sales in a given day. I was brought on to figure out if the product can be sold, but then, of course, bring new people on to teach them how to sell the same product and grow the team out. And so once the model is set and I knew that I could, it was a very highly, transaction sale, so I was able to bring in 3 or 4 or 5 new businesses a day. If I could replicate that across, 5 people, obviously, the business grows much faster. So we made the conscious decision, actually 2 decisions. One was that we wanted to be inside sellers. The model that is still very popular, that was very popular back in 2007, 2008, was to have feet on the street in each individual market, but that's extremely costly. If we're here based in New York, it's very hard to sort of manage and monitor the actual activity of what's going on, for sellers, across different states. You typically have to hire people that have sales experience who obviously want a bit more money, if they're going to be outside sellers and doing that in their hometown or in their home city. So we made the conscious decision to keep everything in-house, do inside sales, and then I sort of, along with the help of the leaders and the founders of Yext, decided to just bring on green sellers, people that didn't have sales experience before, but people that we believed would be that had the confidence and the ability and the tenacity to be successful in the organization. And we were very, very strict about our initial sales hires. I speak a lot about making sure when you're building out a new team, especially if you're a sales team of 1 right now or a sales team of 2, the first 3 to 4 hires you make, these are the people that you have to believe you're going to build your sales organization around. And if you don't fully believe that the people you've just brought into your company can be the leaders of the sales team as you move forward, you hired the wrong people. If you're looking for people that are just comfortable selling, making commissions and making a salary, but don't want more from their career and don't want to grow, you absolutely hired the wrong person. You want someone that's willing to commit fully to a sales role, knowing that there is opportunity to grow and there is more that will be available to them as the company grows. As it's a small company, you're obviously, we'll talk, I guess, a little bit about selling that vision of a small company, and then grow that team and grow, specifically grow the way you want to. I think, a mistake that that I've made, that I've seen other sales leaders and other sales teams make, is also trying to hire too aggressively and trying to hire too quickly. I'm a firm believer of sort of the 50% rule. I will never hire a sales class that is that is larger than 50% of my sales floor. So if I only have 10 sellers on my floor, I will never hire more than 5 people. And that sort of speaks to just like the culture, right? I work very hard in hiring the right people, developing the right culture, having them sort of buy into my vision and my community for my sales team. And when you bring in a class that is larger than the existing base, that can infect the culture that you've worked so hard to build, and you need the existing base to sort of overpower whatever feedback and thought process these new people coming in may have, and sort of infuse them with what you want them to know and how you want them to act and how you want them to respond. So while some people just want to jump in and hire 20, 30, 40 people and get rocking and rolling because, look, it's selling, it's working, it's great, it can actually sort of destroy the sales environment and the sales culture and actually take the business in the opposite direction.